Okay, Terry's chocolate orange is the chocolate we got. Our key message of Terry's chocolate orange is that we want our chocolate to be able to like pull girls in our advert. Obviously, this isn't true, but obviously just by advert we want to be unique and funny, so our chocolate can pull girls. The content that we're going to have in our advert is going to be a car, a bar, a nerd which turns into a good-looking guy, and a model. The style and forms of our advert. We want our advert to be funny so people can like remember it in their heads. And we also want our advert to be a standalone. A standalone because it's just an advert on its own. Like, there's not going to be any other adverts linking to it. It's going to be an original advert, one alone. We want our advert to be memory lane. We want our advert to be remembered because of how funny it is, how different it is, how unique it is. We want people to remember our advert just by the chocolate and how the advert looked. Our advert is also a realist narrative because the situation can happen in a funny way, because a boy and a girl can get together, but obviously we got a funny bit towards it with the parody because of the chocolate. How can the chocolate pull girls?
Our idea is mainly set by, from 0 to 10 seconds, we'll have a guy, it's going to be set in a bar, and basically you're going to have a girl at the bar having a drink, and you're going to have a guy at a table, further away from the girl, just having a drink. Obviously he's attracted to the girl, so he tries to approach her. He goes up to her and basically tries to like speak to her and stuff, but then she basically rejects him. So what he does, he goes out, he's all sad and stuff, he goes home. From 11 to 20 seconds, you'll see him go into his house. As he gets to his house, he gets into his bedroom and you'll see an orange light shining from his room. He'll approach that orange light and basically he'll see the Terry's chocolate orange, and he'll think, he would want to use the chocolate. So then after that, what happens, he gets an idea where he wants to dress nicely, gets a nice car, which is, we've used a bit with my brother's car, we're going to use, or one of my brother's mates' cars, which is a Phantom and a Aventador. Basically he'll come to the bar, and this is between, 21 to 30 seconds, where he goes to the bar, goes up to her, and he drops the chocolate down, and basically the girl will basically just fall in love with him, and we're going to have a slogan saying, why need confidence when Terry's on your side? And it'll just end by there. This is just a rough idea, like a drawing of how it's going to be. So you can see he's looking at the girl at the bar, she says no, and then he just walks out, goes to his bedroom and stuff, and then here he just comes back to the bar, and then here, The ethos, basically, here me and Gareth have researched within Cadbury's itself, and we wanted to find out what Cadbury's was basically aiming to, what they're trying to like achieve by their chocolate being targeted to the audience. And here we found out the creativity with the chocolate is basically how they're quite different with each chocolate. And like with our chocolate, we looked into like, it's unique because it's orange and chocolate mixed together. And the packaging itself is creative. We found out with our chocolate, there's a wide variety. It's not just a ball of chocolate. There's a bar. There's like different small segments. There's ice creams, and there's loads of other like. There's not just the only chocolate Terry's have just made. That Cadbury's have just made. There's others. Yeah, quality. The quality of Cadbury's have mainly shown is
the quality in the chocolate, how the quality of their adverts when they make the chocolate, they want it to look unique and different, and obviously they don't want it to look really bad quality advert, they want it to make it stand out and look really good. The good quality service is between obviously the customers and Cadbury's. They want to have a good friendship so people will like see a chocolate and buy it. If they have such a poor friendship, that means people won't buy it, but obviously they want it to be strong and outstanding.
For our actors, we've used basically a model from London, which my brother knows, and we don't just have one. We have about 3 or 4 that my brother knows, and he has confirmed with them that they could do it. But yeah, so we've got that, and then with the nerd that's going to turn into a good-looking guy, we've used one of our mates called Ben. We spoke to him about our idea and what's going to happen and how long what's going to be going on, and he has agreed and says yeah, he will do it.
He looks forward to it.
Yeah. Here when I researched with our chocolate, I found out that Terry's chocolate over the years is known to be quite luxury, and over the years when Cadbury's was advertising the chocolate, they use Dawn French, and Dawn French is shown to be a very motherly figure, and like to me, I found that with mothers, they're like, when they eat chocolate, they'll like a luxury chocolate, and you can tell by the packaging of it itself, it looks quite luxury itself, and then how it's set out, the chocolate, and how it's designed and stuff. Target audience. With our target audience, when we were researching about what we're going to do, we gave out questionnaires and stuff to
10 people.
To about 10 people, and we just found out that within Cadbury's itself as well, we found out that Cadbury's is mainly aiming towards 18 to 25, because between them ages, they're quite young and active, and people within them ages, they'll mostly eat chocolate then. And we targeted that because we wanted to, with our idea itself as well, we wanted to change the view of the Terry's chocolate where it was before, and how it was advertised to elderly people, like when it was targeted to like, other people. And so we wanted to change how Terry's chocolate is been shown to people, to the audience. So we wanted to aim it towards the younger, more like active audience. And within our ad audience, we found out what other stuff they could be interested in, like comedy, and different artists like Drake, and then the type of radio stations they'll be listening to, and they will like to go shopping and stuff.
From our questionnaire, we found out that these are the programs that they look. We've picked some of these to put advert in already, but this also gets a more confident idea of what programs we're going to put advert onto. They said Comedy Central, E4, Sky Sports, and Sky One. These three we say were good because our advert is also going to be funny, so we wanted to go towards go into a comedy kind of channel. E4 has kind of funny programs on it as well sometimes, also dating programs like Only Way is Chelsea, stuff like that. And Sky One, we just do because most of our audience said they watch Sky One, so we thought that would be a good idea to put that in. Sky Sports, we saw our advert wouldn't really suit that because it's more about eating and not really being active in advert. So we thought we won't pick this one. The chocolates that we found out that our audience eat as well. It's Maltesers, Whisper, Crunchy, Kit Kat, Double Decker, Twix and Lindor. All these two chocolates here, the more chocolates that are near our competition towards our Terry Chocolate Orange. But these are ones that eat, but we don't really think about these. We want to make ours look the best. We don't want people to remember these ones. We want our advert to stick in the head and go, oh, that Terry Chocolate Orange, I want one of those. We also asked the people, well, what season would you put this chocolate into? Would it be autumn, summer, or winter? And they all said winter, which is what we had a rough idea anyway. So we're going to have to try and put kind of a winter theme into our advert as well.
Over the years, Cadbury, this is like a timeline of the adverts from 1980 till now. And different adverts Cadbury's have created from then. In fact, for here, in 1980, when they first started advertising the chocolate and when it was created, they had an idea of just the chocolate is quite precious and stuff. Because then in here they had an idea where a woman goes to her friends and then her husband's trying to go for the chocolate, and then it had that comedy theme in there. Here, Cadbury's had shown how the chocolate was created, and here, I wouldn't really say it's quite exciting and stuff. But yeah, with the next 4 adverts here that I've used here, they've used Dawn French. The reason for they're using Dawn French is because they're changing the audience. They're trying to change the target audience they're aiming towards, and which they've aimed towards like Dawn French at her age then. They used Dawn French also because at them times she was quite popular as a celebrity herself, and it would be more appealing towards the audience when she was advertised. And in here, and the latest one, which is in 2010, they used that slogan, which is tap it and whack it. Yeah, which I really think is really good. Yeah.
As you heard earlier, these are channels that we have picked to put our advert on. We had to think carefully of what time to do it because of our target audience as well, so we wanted to suit them more. But for Channel 4, we only done the late peak because it does cost quite a lot of money and we might be struggling with our budget. But for the other 3, because they're quite relatively cheap, we chose the early peak and the late peak for all three. So our audience should be able to see it multiple times.
These are the channels that we found from our research that we done with our questionnaires. So like when we asked them what channels they do mainly watch, and these are the main four that we found out they watch. Yeah.
In our product market, we had to go and research the Terry Chocolate Orange from Tesco, Sainsbury's and Asda's. And we found out that Terry Chocolate also have a load of spin-off products as well, like the ice cream as you heard earlier, the mini ones. They also do other like circle ones with different like toffee, popping candy, and also the original and the mini sensations, and a spin-off of the 6-segment bar. These are all different, so it gives more the audience a wide range to want to try something new, but still to do with that product. We also found out the price of the product as well in all these 3 stores. We found out that Tesco's were doing a deal just for Christmas, and that also links to our audience research because we found that they said the chocolate bar is more relevant in Christmas. I think that was a good deal to do during Christmas. Sainsbury's was the most expensive, and Asda's was £1.50. Our competition that we had to look was when we went to Tesco's and we took some pictures. We found out that Terry Chocolate Orange was surrounded by Toblerone, Maltesers, Lindor and Toffeefi. All these chocolates are luxury chocolates, just like a Terry Chocolate Orange. So we had to think about our chocolate very carefully when creating the advert to make ours look better than these 4.
Prices of the brand. Here, we had researched through the website online, which is Tesco, Sainsbury's and Asda, and we found out the prices as well on there at that time. And we found out that Maltesers within other stores, they're like 150, or like Lindor for here, for example. Because Lindor is quite well known to be luxury, like they use that to bump up the price, which is £6, and that's the most expensive. But here, Terry's chocolate it's a luxury chocolate, but it's cheap. So we wanna bring back. We're using our idea of the advert. We want everyone to identify that Terry's chocolate is a luxury chocolate as well, but it's not just used just for that. It can be used for other like situations as well.
Yeah, we also found out from our questionnaire that people said they would buy Terry Chocolate Orange over other products like these 3.
Budget. Here, when we was researching over what channels our audience watches, obviously we found these 4, and then we
But we had to think about the price. Because we obviously had a £1 million budget, so we had to be careful with how much we spent on that.
And the times that we wanted to show it. So some of them is mixed, but we only used it between the late peak and the early peaks. That's only because between them times we found out the audience
are most likely to be watching TV more.
And we found out through our research that we done for our questionnaires and stuff.
Yeah. So in total, from like every week we chose 5 days a week to show our advert, and we came to a total of 721 grand. And this was, I think, was a comfortable budget, because if we put an early peak on the channel 4, we found out we would have gone over budget. It would have made us struggle if we had to pay for props or any extras that we needed.
With the rest of the money we're going to use on props, travel, and anything else that we need.
The hire of the bar.
Yeah, hire of the bar, or anything else that we need. The previous branding over the years, from 1980, if you see here, it's quite old and different, but at them times it will suit the packaging. But then over the years, things have changed. The advert, as different adverts has come in and different ideas have come in, they've changed the packaging. And
the packaging has always been square, but they've just changed how it looked around the box.
And the design itself.
Yes, obviously it started here like Christmas kind of tree surrounding the chocolate, and then they've kind of opened it up a bit more, and then they made it look more nice, more vibrant colours as well to make it stand out. So if you're walking along an aisle in Tesco's or Sainsbury's, you turn and see a bright blue chocolate box with chocolate inside.
But with this, we found that Terry's chocolate in the end, it still has that Christmas theme that we found through our audience even said that this chocolate suits within the winter season. So, yeah.
This is our production schedule. We had to think about when we're going to create our advert. When our pre-production, we're going to have to think about what we're going to make it look like in more detail, the timings exactly. We're going to have to film over the Christmas break, which will be fun. And then when we come back, we will have filming. We'll have some filming available to still do if we're missing any bits or if we want to include more footage. But that also be the time when we have to start editing and getting everything together and coming to the final product. The equipment that we have to use to create this advert is a camera, a tripod, an iMac to do the editing, and Final Cut Studio to do the editing on. And also a voice recorder for when we're going to say our slogan in the advert. We don't want to have someone's face in the advert saying our slogan. We want to have it voice recorded so you'll be able to still give it that feeling.
The constraints. With our idea, we thought if we can't use a bar, we can't hire a bar in London, we could use my dad's pub, which is still the same. It still looks like that because like we renovated and stuff. And I did ask my dad if I could use his pub, and he says he's more welcome to do. And here, if we can't use Ben, basically we've got Gareth that's stepped up. Like if Ben doesn't
fulfill, he doesn't tell us like that he can make it and everything, then I'll have to jump in and take charge just to be safe.
Yeah. And then with the models, if the models can't make it, we'll use I'll ask one of my cousins because she's quite good looking and stuff, because she is a model. And I've asked her as well this weekend, and she goes, she don't mind doing it.
But we also have the other models that his brother has as well, because he said 3 and 4, so they're backups, but if it comes down to last resources, then we'll use his cousin. We also have to think about whether we're actually allowed to film in the bar that we've chosen. So with that, if we really can't, then we'll have to take up our second choice of going into Aaron's dad's bar, which will be a safe idea. Leave with that.
Here, when we was researching within the copyright side of adverts, we've chosen these 4 elements basically because with our advert we don't want it to be misleading towards the audience. We don't want them taking the idea in a wrong way. We don't want them to say, oh, it's just a rubbish advert, it's just what's the point of the message and stuff.
Yeah, we don't want them to think that the chocolate can literally just be put in front of a girl and then the girl would literally fall in love with. That's only our part of a joke for our advert. And
then here we chose children. Our advert is not really, there's no offence in there, there's no like explicit scenes and like things that children obviously don't need to see. And we have research within our questionnaires that within some of the adults that I know, they have children. We have asked them, like, I've told them the idea, and I have asked them, like, would you let your children see this? And they have said yes, like, there's nothing wrong with it. So, yeah.
We also had to consider the copyright rule. We have to play it safe with the copyright rule because we can't look back at old footage, old adverts and think, oh, should we put that kind of idea in? We want ours to be completely new, completely unique and different. We don't want to have anything copied from other adverts. With the weight and control and slimming code, we had to consider in our advert, like, we aren't going to put anything in an advert that can tell the customers that it will make you large. We want it to look, we don't say in our advert as well that it's part of an everyday lifestyle, but that's the kind of we're trying to get across. Our product is also food, so we'll have to focus on the food itself rather than everything that's happening around, like the boy and girl relationship. We want the chocolate to stand out above everything else.